A few years ago, I put videos on my YouTube channel of my son Dawson progressing into slopestyle. We've taken a break from those videos upon his request. He wanted to be off YouTube for a while. But now we're starting a series going back to his slopestyle progression. In fact, he's training for his first slopestyle competition coming up this summer. So last summer, he was at Camp Royal as an attendee of the camp. This year, he's going back for the entire summer to be a counselor. Now, the advantage is he's got access to a professional slopestyle course right there on site. So this is the first video in the series, and we're going to show the jump that he's built to train on. I'll also show the roll-in, which I've shown in other videos, and we'll show the landing that he's redone. I'll have him talk through how he designed the ramp, how it differs from the other ramp, and then talk a little bit about the competitions coming up. Let's take a look at his roll-in first. Dawson, come here. Let's talk about your roll-in. So you want to walk us through the roll-in?
So here's the Rollin. If we come over here, we can see the posts. Now these posts are 13 feet high off the ground, so they're 16-foot posts, 3 feet into the ground. We got some nice cross bracing. So one of my dad's carpentry friends and his dad helped me build this. Well, really, they built it, and I helped them lift wood. But he is an expert craftsman. And he just kind of slapped this thing together, and it's like the most solid structure I've ever been on. Learned a lot from watching him. That actually helped me build my own ramp, so I learned a lot from that experience. So at the base of the Rollin, we have some clay dirt mixture. It's actually a lot of clay. If I were to build dirt jumps out of these, I would love it. This stuff's really good. But I just have it under tarps and carpet right now. I also have some gutters right here. They get pretty dirty. I just have to sweep them out like that. But I just got 2 screws right here, and then this one's a bit less driven in, and so it tilts it down so it drips out onto the tarp. We got some old living room carpet covering the bottom. Let's just say the dog really liked this carpet. So walking up the steps here, this is about the only part that I did by myself. I put these steps in, kind of just guessed the spacing. Happens to be pretty much perfect. So there's 13 steps going up this. These are full 4x8 pieces of plywood, 4 of them. Again, the expert craftsman put these in. Nice railing up here, and then pretty tall railings for a kind of tall dude up here, so it's nice to hang out, put your stuff on. This platform is around 6.5 feet by 10 feet, so 10 feet long, 6.5 feet wide. This is just great. I mean, it's about perfect for the setup I have. Couldn't go any shorter, so yeah, I'm really pleased. So this is our old ramp, which is still in pretty good condition. It's about 5'8" tall, built with the help of my uncle and friend and dad. Thank you, Dad. I learned a lot from watching my friend and uncle build this. I actually cut this even shorter to make it less steeper. So I just cut some from the bottom right here, and then cut a triangle. Had to do some trigonometry for that. And that basically effectively made it less steep, but also shortened it. But this ramp is still great. I mean, I was able to do like full pedal and flips and stuff. So I love this ramp, but I felt after going to Camp Royal, I needed something bigger to train on for slopestyle. So I call it the Great White Shark Ramp. So this ramp I built pretty much all by myself. Although I had tons of help texting Jarrett, shout out to Jarrett from Camp Royal. He builds tons of stuff at Camp Royal, so he's super knowledgeable. This ramp is 7 feet high, so I'm just over 6 feet high, so it's nearly a foot taller than me. Painted this nice white coat. I think it looks great. I envisioned this the entire time. It is a little bright though when the sun's on it. When it's partly cloudy, it's pretty much perfect. The radius is 12 feet, and so the top angle is about 63, 64 degrees. I especially like this double angle design for the supports. This took me a while to measure out, but I knew I kind of wanted this sort of design. So this took me a long time to build, probably because it was my first ramp. I mean, I'm pretty proud of it. I mean, I love the dimensions, I love the radius, it's really solid. But you can actually still slide it with the help of 2 people. So this is about the average gap I keep it at. Actually not a huge gap. You can really boost this thing, which I'm kind of a booster. So yeah. So moving on to the landing, this got a major overhaul if you remember from kind of the old 360 and bar spin videos. This used to be kind of like a narrow strip with sandbags on the sides, and it was kind of a straight vertical drop, which is one of the main reasons why I redesigned it. It was also pretty mellow, so with this new ramp, it was just such a hard impact, so I had to make it steeper. Now it's pretty much perfect. I'm really excited. This was a lot of shoveling by myself. My gracious neighbor lent me his tractor to use, and then also a couple of my friends came over who didn't ride, but they came over anyways because they're such good friends, and they helped me shovel a bunch of mulch and a bunch of sand and raking, and now here it is. It's just over the height of my ramp, so it's about a foot taller actually, so it's about 8 feet off the ground. Like I said, it's a lot steeper than the old version. This fanned out design, as you can see, it starts a little narrow at the top, but then it fans out. That's perfect for crashing on 360s, which I've done a lot of crashing on 360s. The mulch is pretty thick. I love this thing. I mean, it complements the ramp perfectly. So part of the issue with having something built with, you know, dirt and mulch and organic stuff is that the rain really gets to it. So we had a lot of problems with the back of it. We just couldn't keep it from falling down. We could make it more mellow, but then that wouldn't give space for the ramp. So with the consulting of our trusty neighbor, built this pretty quickly, and with the help of my dad holding up the boards. This is kind of like a soil mesh, many layers of it. I definitely would have used plywood. In fact, I'm probably going to put some plywood on this pretty soon. It's still holding up. It's got a mighty bow in it, so it started to bow really a lot, and it was pretty scary. So this was one layer thick, but I decided to put another board here and 2 in the middle, and now it's pretty solid. And we even got it tied down right here to the ground. That was definitely my neighbor. That was a big score for me, him telling me about this trick. So this is 2.5, I think about 2 or 2.5 feet in the ground. And then I got these boards tied to it, and it's not moving forward because, as you can see, this was slipping. This used to be flush with the board, and now it's overhanging. And so I put this into that board, and now that hasn't moved ever since. So it's holding up, and it looks pretty cool too.
All right, so that's going to wrap up this video of showing Dawson's setup in the backyard to train on. He's heading up to Camp Royal in less than 2 weeks, and we're going to do a road trip. I'll make a video, several videos of it. Now, he's been jumping on this for quite a while, but we felt it was finally time to start this series, and of course we got to show what he's using to train on. So make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so, and you'll see the other videos coming up. I'll show some training videos, and then of course the road trip to West Virginia and the competition. So that's it for this one. Thanks for watching.